For decades, discussions about economic prosperity in Nigeria have revolved around oil and gas. States blessed with petroleum reserves are often perceived as having automatic advantage in wealth creation and long-term development. Yet one region continues to challenge this assumption. The southeast of Nigeria, comprising Abia State, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, Enugu State, and Imo State, has built much of its economic strength not around oil wells, but around commerce, manufacturing, entrepreneurship, education, technology, agriculture, and an extensive diaspora network. Ironically, while part of the southeast possess significant oil and gas reserves, the region's greatest economic asset has never been beneath the ground. It has always been its people. This documentary explores why the future survival and prosperity of the southeast may depend less on hydrocarbons and more on the unique economic culture that has transformed cities such as Aba, Nnewi, and Onitsha into some of Africa's most dynamic indigenous ecosystems. Unlike many resource-dependent economies, the South's modern economic history was shaped by necessity. Following the Civil War, much of the region's infrastructure and industrial base had been devastated. There was no oil windfall available to rebuild communities. Instead, millions relied on trade, craftsmanship, apprenticeship, farming, and small-scale manufacturing. Out of hardship emerged a culture of self-reliance. Families invested in businesses rather than waiting for government employment. Communities pooled resources together to build schools, roads, churches, and markets. Over time, this survival mentality became an economic advantage. Today, entrepreneurship remains one of the defining characteristics of the region. Academic studies consistently identifies entrepreneurship as a major driver of economic transformation across Southeast Nigeria. If oil is the economic engine of some regions, commerce is the lifeblood of the Southeast. The region hosts some of Africa's largest trading networks. At the center stands Onitsha, widely recognized as one of Africa's most important commercial centers. Every day, goods move through vast distribution networks, connecting manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers across Nigeria and neighboring countries. The commercial influence of the Southeast extends far beyond its geographical boundaries. Products sold in Kano, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and across West Africa often pass through supply chains managed by Southeastern traders. Commerce has created wealth without relying on crude oil exports, and unlike oil reserves, commercial skills can be passed from one generation to another. Perhaps nowhere demonstrates the Southeast economic philosophy better than Nnewi, often called the Japan of Africa. Nnewi evolved from a trading town into one of Nigeria's famous indigenous manufacturing centers. The city hosts numerous manufacturing firms involved in automotive components, cables, plastics, electrical products, and industrial equipment. The remarkable aspect of Nnewi's growth is that it was largely driven by private capitals. Many industrialists began as traders. They mastered distribution networks. They reinvested profits into manufacturing. Over time, traders became industrialists. Industrialists became employers. Employers became wealth creators. This model does not depend on oil royalties. It depends on innovation, investment, and entrepreneurship. The story of Aba is another example. Aba has earned a reputation as one of Nigeria's most important indigenous manufacturing centers. Its leather industry, garment industry, metal fabrication workshops, and small-scale factories employ thousands. Aba's craftsmen produce shoes, bags, belts, clothing, and industrial products consumed across Nigeria and beyond. This ecosystem demonstrates a fundamental truth. Manufacturing creates sustainable jobs. Oil extraction creates revenue, but manufacturing creates industries. That distinction may determine which region thrives in the coming decades. One of the most powerful institutions in the Southeast is not a government agency. It is the Igbo apprenticeship system, known in many places as Igbo Boy. This model allows young people to learn business under established entrepreneurs before receiving startup capitals. Over generations, this system has produced thousands of business owners, unlike oil wealth, which can be concentrated among a few individuals. Apprenticeship distributes opportunity across society. It transforms employees into employers. It creates economic mobility, and it continuously replenishes the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Many economists regard this system as one of Africa's most effective indigenous wealth creation models. Oil wells eventually decline. Human capital grows. The Southeast has long invested heavily in education. Families frequently prioritize schooling as a pathway to advancement. As a result, the region has produced significant numbers of professionals in medicine, engineering, technology, academia, finance, and law. Universities and tertiary institutions across the region continue to supply skilled workers to Nigeria and the global economy. Knowledge-based economies increasingly outperform resource-dependent economies. This global trend favors regions with educated population rather than regions dependent solely on natural resources. Another reason Southeast does not depend on oil is its global diaspora. Millions of people of Southeast origin live and work across Nigeria, Africa, Europe, North America, and Asia. These communities contribute through investment, remittances, philanthropy, and business partnerships. Diaspora funds support housing projects, educational institutions, healthcare facilities, and businesses. Unlike oil revenue, which fluctuates with global prices, diaspora investment is tied to human networks and family relationships. That makes it more resilient. In many communities, diaspora capital has become a major driver of local development. Before oil dominated Nigeria's economy, agriculture was the country's economic foundation. The Southeast continues to possess substantial agricultural potential. Farmers cultivate cassava, yam, rice, vegetable, palm produce, and other crops. Beyond farming itself lies agro-processing. The future value may not come from growing crops alone, but from transforming them into higher value products. Agriculture combined with processing industries can create jobs, stimulate export, and improve food security. This represents another pathway beyond oil dependency. the world is changing. Economic power increasingly comes from data, software, innovation, and technology. Cities such as Enugu, Owerri, and Oka are witnessing growing technology ecosystems. Young entrepreneurs are building software companies, digital platforms, and technology startups. The digital economy requires talent more than natural resources. This gives the Southeast a strategic advantage because of its strong entrepreneurial culture and educational emphasis. Future billion-dollar companies may emerge from laptops rather than oil fields. Globally, energy markets are changing. Countries are investing in renewable energy, electric vehicles, and cleaner technologies. While oil and gas will remain important for decades, long-term economic success increasingly depends on diversification. Even Nigeria's broader economy is becoming more service-oriented, with services contributing a major share of GDP growth. Regions that rely exclusively on hydrocarbon risk economic vulnerability when prices fluctuate. The Southeast's diversified economy may therefore prove more sustainable over time. Its economic foundations are spread across multiple sectors rather than concentrated in one commodity. The greatest wealth of the Southeast is neither crude oil nor natural gas. It is human capital. It is the trader who becomes a manufacturer, the apprentice who becomes an entrepreneur, the student who becomes an engineer, the farmer who becomes an exporter, the inventor who creates a new product, the diaspora investor who builds a factory at home. These assets appreciate over time. Unlike oil reserves, they do not run out, they multiply. This explains why commercial hubs such as Onitsha, Nnewi, and Aba continue to expand despite numerous economic challenges. Imagine the Southeast in 2050, a region connected by modern highways and railways, industrial parks producing goods for African markets, technology hubs exporting software worldwide, universities driving innovation, agribusiness producing foods at scale, diaspora investors funding advanced industries, manufacturing clusters competing globally. This future does not require dependence on oil. Oil can contribute, gas can contribute, but neither is essential for survival. The region's future lies in the same forces that built its economy in the first place: entrepreneurship, commerce, manufacturing, education, innovation, and people. The history of the Southeast offers an important lesson for Nigeria and Africa. Natural resources can create wealth, but human resources create civilization. The Southeast possesses oil and gas reserves, yet its greatest achievements have emerged from markets, workshops, classrooms, factories, and entrepreneurial networks. Its future may therefore be determined not by what lies beneath the soil, but by what resides in the mind of its people. And if history is any guide, that may be more valuable than oil itself. As the story of the Southeast draws to a close, one truth stands taller than every statistics, every market, and every industry. This is a region that refused to wait. From the ashes of the Nigerian Civil War, It rebuilt itself, not with oil wells, but with human will, not with pipeline, but with persistence. While others looked beneath the ground for wealth, the Southeast looked within its people, within its culture, within its unshakable belief in enterprise. From the bustling markets of Onitsha to the industrial heartbeat of Nnewi and the relentless ingenuity of Aba, a different kind of economy was born. One that cannot dry up, one that cannot be drilled, one that cannot be exhausted. Because it was powered by people. In a world gradually shifting away from fossil fuels, the Southeast may already be living in the future where ideas matter more than oil and innovation matters more than extraction. The question is no longer whether the Southeast can survive without oil. The real question is, what happens when a region like this fully unlocks its potentials? If you found this story interesting, don't just watch, be a part of the conversation. Hit the like button to support stories that matter. Subscribe for more deep, powerful documentaries on Nigeria and the Southeast. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next release. Drop a comment below. Do you believe the Southeast is Nigeria's most economically independent region? Or is there more to the story? And most importantly, share this video with someone who needs to understand that the future of Africa may not be buried on the ground. It may be built by its people.